Here's Norm, Gus, Norm. I think you guys have met a few times.
Norm's mouth is full of balls, ladies and gentlemen.
We complained because there were no boysenberry meatballs out originally. They were late with the boysenberry meatballs, which, honestly...
I mean, that's the only reason any of us are here. They're so good. They're really so
basically.
So,
well, the first tray didn't make it because I ate the entire tray.
I get it. Scare zones not a big deal. Maze is not a big deal. Show is not a big deal.
No.
Boysenberry meatballs,
Big deal.
big deal.
Everything.
That's why we come to hunt.
I'm pretty sure that's why people come to Knott.
Yeah.
That's why there's like a...
There's so
the
much
whole-
meatball talk on the Horror Buzz videos right now.
There's just the entire morale of Buena Park goes down after Boysenberry Festival because you realize you can't just go buy one.
No, actually, that's actually true.
It's just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? You get the sauce and you try. It's not the same. It's good.
You
Don't
put
get me
everything
wrong,
together.
but it's not the same.
It is.
So what are we talking about? Let's see some
Red Barn?
I think we're talking about
Red Barn.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Not Cherry Farm.
Tell me how you gussies that up.
How I gussied that up, I saw what he did there. Actually heard it, I did see it too. Well, I mean, Red Barn was always one of those things where I really loved the story. That sounds terrible. I loved my story I wrote.
There you
Sorry,
go.
folks. But
Well, then tell me about it.
I would love to. But you know, it's the backstory of it that it was I tied it into the ghost house story that our ongoing arc.
Cannibal rednecks.
Kinda. The main man of the house, his name is Guthrie Parnell. He's actually sort of related to the Parnells in Ghost Hunt Live, but they don't talk about that. So that was the story of the maze that, you know, 100 some years ago, he made a deal with the Green Witch. As she was being persecuted in Calico, he tried to get her escaped. He tried to help her get out. You know, we all know how that worked out or didn't work out.
I think it worked out fine.
It worked out. Well, you know, she's just, her complexion is a little strange. But anyway, she granted him the gift of unnaturally long life. She's out of the picture and he started to age. So what he tried to do is he tried to figure out, how do I keep that? How do I keep my youth? So he tried to recreate her spell, what she did. Not quite as well. It really sort of devolved into this ugly, brutal blood magic, and that was the trophy of the maze, was sort of how he continues it. However, he still keeps on trucking, he keeps going along. But that's where he was. Where he is now, he's established his barn as this awful, hideous place where he keeps preying on anyone that comes by, right? Any wayward traveler, what he'll do is he'll kill the men and he'll keep the women so he can have more sons to continue his legacy. So it's a feel-good story of a family, a patriarch.
A family in a barn.
Yeah. So what I've done this year is I really wanted to focus it down and just hone that horror movie aspect, because we always wanted to feel like you were in a horror movie, but it didn't really, it felt like you were going through a maze. But, you know, that was great and all, but I really wanted to say, how do we make that happen? So we looked at the model we've used in the past with people, specifically trying to do something like Infected, where we're able to take people in small groups and really take that urgency and say, this is why you're here, this is where you're scared, and this is what you're
And you've got to get out.
You have got to get out. So we've taken it from this myriad of sons to now he has a new number one son who's armed with a chainsaw. And the old man of the barn just loves it. To him, it's a game. He set his number one son loose to get you, and he gives you a head start. And that's how we start this year's launch. So it's just a matter of creating obstacles and creating ways to remind you that this man is here and he wants to kill you. And you've only gotten as far as you have because he's legend.
So what are the escape odds? 1 in every 5 travelers through the maze may escape?
1 in a million? I don't know.
Well, you know, it really depends. Absolutely a bloodbath. We want everyone to, if they do make it out, they're emotionally scarred.
Oh, good.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. There's a chance. There's always a chance.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to see how you've made the Red Barn grittier, nastier, gorier.
Yeah, it's really been fun. It's been fun to take that idea, and you know, Kent's been great in just really encouraging me to push the story and just how do we get that? And I'm like, I want to push it, but you know what that does to minds and everything. And it wasn't a matter of, well, that's a bad idea. It's like, well, if you think that's where we're going, so we can really make that a personal experience that's way more horrifying, then go for it. And it's like,
it's gonna be
thank
good.
you. So
It's gonna be good.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you for talking to Ken and I, and Orbuz, and all our fans out there. And awesome. We'll see you at the barn.
You just might. Not if I see you first.